Hi, my name is Chris Griffiths and I'm the iTech trainer. We're here to talk about the MLS, and we're going to start with a website. This happens to be my name with .net at the end. This is not affiliated with either of the associations in iTech, but it is a page that I've created where you'll find information that will be useful, and in fact we'll look at it a couple of times as we go through today, so you're welcome to access it as you wish. Let's start by looking at our home area. So iTech was formed in 2002 when the Pasadena Foothills Association of Realtors and the Glendale Association of Realtors broke away from what was then called MLS and formed our own MLS, iTech MLS. And this is our home area. And you'll see that this is broken up into different coloured areas. These areas are something of an issue. We'll talk about them more as we go through today, but basically each area has a number and each area has a specific description of what's in it, and as I say, we'll talk more about that later. So you might expect that when you log into iTech, that is the data that you're looking at, and you'll see that iTech is just a very small part of a thing called Carrots. Now, we were instrumental in forming Carrots. It's actually a group of 6 different MLSs that have agreed to share their data. So when you actually log into our system, you're actually looking at data from all of these different MLSs. And just recently we've added the Desert Communities Association Realtors, so our data now extends all the way to the Colorado River and the Arizona border, a pretty huge area. We have about 5 million listings and about 95,000 agents in our system. Let's look at that a different way. You'll see over here on the right the 6 different MLSs that make up Carrots. By far the largest is CRMLS, that's what used to be called MRMLS. But basically the data from all of these different associations is in here. And you'll see that iTech is a relatively small one right here in the middle. So when you look at our system, what you're actually looking at is data all the way from the Santa Barbara County line in the west, and in the north all the way to Lake Castaic. In the south we go down to Camp Pendleton, and in the east, as I say now, we go all the way to the Colorado River, and you'll see Needles all the way out there at the end of the Mojave. Now this is important for a couple of reasons. First of all, this total area is considered to be our service area. And our rules say that if you take a residential listing anywhere in this service area, you have to put it in our system within 48 hours. So, you know, it covers a lot of ground, but you have to put listings in there. Now you'll see that there are communities like Palmdale and Victorville, Big Bear and Arrowhead that are not included in our area. You will find lots and lots of different listings in those communities, but please do not be fooled. You're not looking at the full data there. You're looking at the listings that our 95,000 Carrots members have put in the system. So if you take a listing outside our service area, please do put it in our system and it will be exposed to an awful lot of agents. But if you want to get to the local agents, you're going to have to join their local MLS and put the listing in their system as well. Our system is what's called browser independent, and that basically means that you can use any of the major browsers. My personal preference would be Chrome or Firefox, but you can use Safari, Opera or Internet Explorer. No matter which browser you use, please do keep your browser updated. Now that brings up an issue. Sometimes when a new browser comes out, for example Internet Explorer 9 just came out, there are issues when it first comes out, so you don't necessarily want to be right on the cutting edge of adopting them. But whatever browser you're using, keep it updated. Also clear your cache regularly, because that can definitely cause some issues with whichever browser you use. And then there's a thing called Java, which is an add-in. It's especially important for the mapping, which we'll cover more in Class 2. Make sure that you update that too. There is still one thing that you can do only in Internet Explorer in our system, and that is called the Custom Report Writer. We'll cover that in Class 3. Even if you use the Custom Report Writer, once you've created your reports, you can access those in any other browser. So if you're an Apple user, for example, borrow someone else's computer, use Internet Explorer to set up your custom reports, and then you can access them in Firefox or Safari. Okay, so we're going to move on. In our next section, we're going to talk about logging into the system and the home page.